kind of rewiring my brain to think differently put me in a place of being uncomfortable, which I think is the most important thing for growth. And I jumped from there. Once the injuries kind of happened, I had to change my mindset, change my focus, and I knew that I still wanted to make my life great somehow. I still wanted to live happy, and there dance was for me after all of that. I think that it was a thing that I was always doing no matter what, because if I didn't make this football team, it was like, okay, well, that happened to me for a reason. Or if I didn't get this audition once I started dancing and all of this stuff, even in high school, when I started getting into dance a little bit more simultaneously during football, it was always, that didn't happen for a reason. That didn't happen for a reason. But not for me to stop, but for me to go whatever path was meant for me. So it was always happening my whole life. Even when I told you, about moving around a lot as a kid, it was always me having to adapt and always change and roll with the punches. So, my father taught me that. My dad was the same exact way. So I think I was already preparing myself for something which out here in Hollywood is 100 no's to 1 yes, So I think it was always in the works. Knowing that what was meant for me was gonna come. It's very hard to understand in the beginning. When I first got out here, 2009, I would always get depressed, or I would always be very angry about it, or always say, why not me? Why didn't they choose me? I danced great, I have what it takes. And I wasn't understanding that maybe was meant for somebody else on that day because something else was coming to me. And I think the thing that helped me kind of understand that the most was season 3 and season 4 of So You Think You Can Dance. I auditioned, went to Vegas, made it. These are like my first years dancing for real, taking it serious. And I made it with household names close to the end with like people like Twitch, who the whole world knows now, right? And here I am, 18 years old, and I got cut. And at the time, I was taking it the wrong way, always being like, I gotta know, this means my life is over. I'm not gonna make it as a dancer now that this is what I wanna do. This is just like football. Oh no, not gonna work out. And then the silver lining started coming, 4 or 5 years later, coming back on the show and actually becoming a choreographer for the show and working with Twitch and actually teaching him my moves. This is what kind of got me in the mindset of thinking, wow, everything will come full circle, and that wasn't meant for me because I was meant to actually come back and do something else. So it kind of took examples. I would be lying to you if I said that right off the bat I was always somebody that could deal with the no's. I wasn't. I would get frustrated. I would want to not quit, but also want to be like, maybe I'm supposed to do something else. Always questioning myself, always. Until I realized, I had a greater purpose than maybe being a running back and being one of 1 million people that already played the sport, or being somebody that danced behind all the artists like a Beyonce or a Usher or Chris Brown. Maybe there was something else that I was meant to do. Maybe I'm supposed to work with the kid that nobody knows who he is right now and introduce him to the world. I think it's a balance of, I tell my kids this too now that I'm a choreographer and teacher, if I know that I'm doing every single thing that I can to achieve what I want, then I'm okay when it doesn't happen. So for instance, I know that I cross-train. I know that I make up dances every single week. I know that I make up music mixes that I think other people wouldn't think to put together. I know that I think outside the box. I know that I focus on building my brand, being able to speak to any kind of person and network with any kind of person, but also pushing my body and also trying to create moments that have not been done before. I don't want to make up the best routine to single ladies, which everybody knows this already. I want to make up something that nobody else has done. So when I leave not getting an audition or not getting a job with an artist, I'm happier. I'm not happy that I didn't get it, but I'm happier knowing that, well, Will, you're doing everything that you could. So that's kind of the approach that I have. I am very hungry and I am a go-getter, but I have that confidence in myself that if I'm doing all the things non-stop that I'm supposed to be doing to get that goal, then it's okay that I didn't. That's kind of the approach that I have, because you're right. A lot of people do settle in and are passive and like, oh, it's not my timing, and they sit back and relax. No, I do 10 things a day. I make sure that I do 10 things a day that are pushing myself and pushing my brand and pushing my body, so that when it does come, I'm ready. Because the worst thing is for somebody to get the phone call, hey, Beyonce wants you to choreograph for Coachella, and you have not been on your game ready for that moment. And so I make sure I'm never in that position. I'm always ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready,